Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Fixing It Up with Sandra. In case you're new here, I'm Sandra, and today I thought I would do something a little bit different. I thought I would do a vlog style video, just kind of take you along with me throughout my day. We're gonna be opening the shop. I'm gonna come back here after work and make some of my super popular Feel Better shower steamers, but first I gotta water the garden, get things ready, and I just, like I said, thought I'd take you along with me and just kind of show you what I do in my daily life. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. So we're out here in the garden. Every morning I come out here and it's time to water, to harvest what has ripened over or throughout the night. And we've been working on this garden for about 5 years, and we grow peppers and lemon cucumbers. We did squash. Unfortunately, that didn't survive, but we're looking forward to some cantaloupe and whatnot. And it's been insanely hot here, and so the plants have done their best. And yeah, I'm just super excited that look at all these peppers. Take the time to water, and it's so peaceful out here. We worked really hard to make this what it is, and so it's just my little slice of heaven. And I'd like to introduce this kitty right here. It moved in 4 days ago. I don't know whose cat this is, but I'm taking care of it. And so yeah, this is our new little backyard kitty. All right, so now that I have the garden watered, did a few things around the house. Poor little orange kitty is desperately trying to get in. Oh, it hurts my heart. We already have 3 cats, and hopefully he's somebody's pet. So hopefully he finds his home again. So anyways, in the meantime, before we head off to the shop, I got to get some things together. I'm doing a basket for a friend, and so I have some crinkle paper here that I want to put on top of the basket. And I ordered this through Uline. Let me see. So this is a giant box. I was doing monthly subscription boxes, and so I ordered a lot of crinkle paper. So I'm just going to take a little bit of it with me to work. And finish up that basket, and then we're going to get everything put together to make these Feel Better shower steamers. I like to have everything prepped, that way when I come home, because a lot of my energy does get taken up being at the shop and doing everything that needs to be done there. So I really like to prep as much as I can for when I get back here to do whatever needs to be done. And we need to make a lot of those Feel Better shower steamers. Like I said, they're one of the most popular ones, and yeah, we need to get those done. So let's get this all put back and we'll get set up. All right, so I have everything that I'm gonna need. This just makes it so much easier. I can just walk straight in from getting off work, which will probably be around 5 p.m. and then come straight in here, get this done. I have it down to a science. And so it probably will take me less than an hour to get this done, and then we'll be able to start dinner. So it's going to be a busy day for me, but I'm really excited about getting this done. I feel a little congested right now, so I'm like, oh man, I really wish I had these on hand. So yeah, so I have all my ingredients. We're all set, and yeah, all we have to do is just get here at 5 and start to work. Okay, so now we're here at the park, or it's actually a museum. The museum's right there. We're here at the museum, letting Jack walk around. The shop is right across the street. And so we hang out here for about 15 minutes before we have to go in and start our day there. All right, so now that I've got the shop open, what I want to do, my thing for the day is I have this whole section that has a bunch of items underneath like so, and it's over there as well, but it's really dark. And so I bought these on Prime for the Prime Day deals. And so I'm going to add light strips. I'm gonna add light strips all the way underneath here. This is, like I said, my big project for the day, other than hopefully we have a ton of customers and you know, the usual stuff. It's a lot of bookkeeping and inventory. I'm still working on my website, but yeah, so this is what we're gonna get working with. And just in case you're like, well, what's a strip light? I don't know what that is. It's these little lights, like so, and then I'm gonna sticky them underneath here, and then they have a remote. This is a whole set. These are wonderful. I use these all throughout the shop, and so I just want it to be brighter underneath here. And the cool thing is that these have different colors. So anyways, again, busy day at work. I know somebody's already saying, get to making the shower steamers, and we will. I'm here till 5, so I'll see you guys. All right, so while I'm here at work, I am making the labels for the shower steamers tonight. So I have this one right here. This is the instructions on how to use it, and then I have the front label right here. Now I've only done one video where I show you how to use Canva, which I'm going to click on right here. So this is Canva. This is a great creative app and it's a website. You can use it as an app or on the web, and it's connected. So if you use it on your phone, you can go back to the computer and then it'll be here. It is an amazing platform for you to create your own labels, your logos, anything you want. I use this for everything. I also pay for the monthly service because you get a lot of, you get access to everything. The free version is wonderful, but I use this so much, I pay for the monthly subscription. So anyways, hold on, my dog is having a little coughing fit. So here I have changed these labels so many times. As you can see, I use a craft brown paper label right here. And so I love that look. If you can see, I have a bag right there on the shelf. But I create my labels here. There's a lot of templates if you are unsure of like how you even want to create it. And you can see right here, look at all of these templates. You can grab a template and then change everything about it and create and make it your own. So like I said, use Canva for everything. And what's great about it is that, so like this is what I want. I already have it downloaded, but I'll show you how to download it just in case, because truthfully, when I got a computer, I had no idea how to use it. I was using my phone so much that I hadn't really used a computer since high school. So I had to teach myself all of this. So if you are someone like that, do not feel bad. Oh my goodness. So I go up here to share. I'm going to click on that. And then I like to download these as a PDF. It'll recommend a PNG, but because I am printing these, you can see it says best for printing. I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to download it. So I save everything in Canva. So as you can see, it's downloaded right there. So I'm going to go to, I'm going to click on the 3 buttons right here. It's going to bring me back to the original, like to the home page. And I don't get rid of any of my work. I still have the original labels that I did long time ago, because if you ever want to change, so we can go back on there. If you ever want to change maybe the font or, you know, the weight or anything about it, you can just go back in here, work on it, re-download it, and then what you want to do when you're ready to print is go over to the Avery. And you can see I already have this. I have this saved in Avery just because it's one of my biggest sellers, so I already have everything saved, but I'm going to show you how I do it. So just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go ahead, make sure that I'm on edit just one. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. So I'm going to go over here, I'm going to delete that image just off that one. Okay, so when I want to add what I have over from Canva, because I've downloaded it now to my computer, we're going to click on that. We're going to go to image, and it's going to say add an image. Yes. So I want to browse my files, and it'll be the first one up there. So Feel Better logo, let's do that. Open, and then it's going to bring it here. You can see me in the glare, how ridiculous I am trying to do this. I hate screen recording because I don't like to do voiceovers, because when you're screen recording, it's all silent, and I hate that. And then you have to go back and like try to explain what you were doing. And then there you go. All right. And then you can copy and paste to make the whole thing, you know, filled with whatever you want. But this is how I create. And then you go to just preview and print. I'm going to get the PDF to print. I'm going to save my project. I have it labeled for what I like. And this is how I create my labels. And I need to do a more in-depth one, because the demonstration that I did a long time ago. So download the PDF. There we go. All right. And then here it is to print. Like I said, I have the instructions on how to use it, and then I have my front labels as well. And then we just print that out. And you can choose whatever kind of label you want. So here's the thing. So I use Avery right now. Their printing platform is, or their website, whatever you want to call it, is awesome. I love it. They have almost every single kind of label you could possibly want. However, I was looking for round craft labels. For some reason, I wasn't able to find it on Avery. I'm sure it's there. I just missed it. And I ended up ordering labels through Online Labels, which is another great design platform. I'm sorry. It's just like Avery. It's where you can, you know, design and print. However, in order to use their design space, like how I just did with Avery, you only get to use it for 1 year, up to 1 year after you purchase a product. So if you don't purchase another product for like maybe 2 years, that's my case, you have to call them and get another code to be able to access their printing platform. So that I really didn't care for, because I only ordered those round labels. I use them a lot, but I don't use them often enough, and I don't know how many times you're allowed to get that code, but yeah, I'd rather just stick with Avery. It's unlimited. There's no limitations to how often you can use their design space. All right, so now I'm home. It was a really busy day at the shop, which I am so thankful for. It's been kind of slow, and so I've been praying that we would have a busy day, and it happened. So thankful for that. And now it's time to get started with our Menthol Feel Better shower steamers. So I'm gonna go ahead and start weighing out my ingredients. And the great thing about this is that there's only 4 ingredients. I know that there are so many ways to make a shower steamer. I have seen where people have used it, where people have made shower steamers with oils and all kinds of other things, which I never understand, because a shower steamer is literally going down the drain. It doesn't go on your body, so I don't see the necessary, or why it's necessary to add any kind of oils or anything like that. So I like to keep mine as simple as possible. I know I turned away when I said that. Let me grab my spoon. I said spoon, but I grabbed my metal beater. So yeah, so I try to keep this, like I said, just as simple as possible. There's no reason to add anything except for, you know, the fragrance, which is the most important part, and then the baking soda and citric acid, and then something to bind it, which is the isopropyl alcohol. And I use a 99% one. I believe you can use a lower one. I just happen to use that because I know some of my recipes call for the 99%, so I just use that all across the board. And I get that at the garden shops here in my town. So I just like to make sure that I really break down all the clumps of my baking soda. You can use the other kind of sifter. This is just what I use. So get this. And I buy my baking soda from Costco. It's hands down the cheapest. So almost there. And this is a really simple, like, well, the base of what this is. This is a really simple recipe for shower steamers, and the amount of fragrance that you want to use can be totally up to you. I like to put, you know, at the maximum fragrance in here because, again, it's not going onto your skin, and that's the whole purpose for these. Let me just get, I'm almost there. There we go. Okay, so we've got that. But again, the base is really simple. It took me a long time to figure out how to work with the, I'm just looking for the menthol crystals. And I'm going to see if I can find them here for you guys. Okay, here we go. I get my menthol crystals from Wholesale Supply Plus, and they do have instructions on how to break these crystals down and whatnot, but it's definitely a learning curve. It took me a while to figure out what I like, the strength of it, how to work with it, and I finally got it dialed in. And like I said, this was definitely a lot of trial and error. So if you have never worked with the menthol crystals, I definitely recommend to give yourself some grace with working with it, because there is a process. I mean, and I watched a lot of videos on it on YouTube, so that's what I could recommend. I might do a like little mini clip on my Patreon, which is linked in the description box below, on how I work with it. And so so yeah, you can check it out there. So okay, now we're going to add the citric acid. And this just gives it a little bit of fizz. And now that I'm thinking about it, I should double this, but there we go. All right, so that is the base right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of mix these two together. You can use a mixer if you want. I have mine right here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just do a quick mix with my one little mixer attachment. All right. So now it's time to add my menthol mix. And I make a lot of this beforehand because it does take a while for those menthol crystals to break down. And so I like to keep it on hand. And we're just going to add some of this to our mixture. I got my little cat who desperately wants to come in, but it's not going to happen. So we've got that. Now I do add a little bit of fragrance oil because this is a eucalyptus and tea leaf fragrance that I get from Sierra Candle and Soap Making Supply. I just like to add just a little bit because I love that tea leaf fragrance that's mixed with this eucalyptus. It is so soft and so beautiful. I make this with candles and room sprays and all that, and I call it Sunday morning. It's just the most beautiful smell ever. But I also like to add in essential oils. So I'm going to add some peppermint oil to this, and I'm gonna have to be quiet to count. We're just about out. I'm gonna have to repurchase some of this. All right, flicked everywhere, but I got what I needed. And then I'm gonna add some actual eucalyptus essential oils. Okay, that takes a lot of concentration, and just going to, actually I'll put that there, add in a little bit more peppermint. I've gotten pretty good at counting fast. All right, so I have my wet ingredients that I just add directly into this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mix this by hand. And then you just want it to all get mixed really, really well. I'm just gonna show you this. Whew. It's one of my best-selling shower steamers, but let me just tell you, it is not my most favorite one to make, because doing one batch, and that's what we're doing one batch, is wonderful. That menthol and the peppermint. I am not someone who is wild about mint. So this is almost like breathtaking. There's a few fragrances that are, it's funny, they're like one of my most popular fragrances, and I just can't. It's just not my thing. So let me come close to you guys, and I want to show you what you want the texture to be. So here we go. And you want it to be where it, when you pull it together, it crumbles, or it stays together. I'm probably going to add a little bit more mixture. The humidity in here and the warmth in here. You have to, well, for me, I have to sometimes adjust my recipes because of how warm it has been this summer. It has been in the 112, 115, well over 100 multiple days. And it's another warm day right now. It's not hot, but it's warm. And so it affects like my bath bomb mixtures, my shower steamer mixtures, all of that fun stuff. All right, I am going to be using my 3D press. I do have a bath bomb press that I used to use these with, but now that I do it in a 5-pack, this mold is a lot nicer for me. And oh my goodness. This is so strong. And I'm telling you what, the compliments that I get for this bath bomb mixture are wonderful. And that's why it's such a huge seller. People are like, you know, this really does work. It really opens up my sinuses. And so that's what I want people to say when they get a product of mine, that it really stands true to the name. So, all right, so I just put some in there, press it down, wipe all this off. And then see, okay, and then just go ahead and twist. You can order these molds up. That can happen at times. You can order these molds on Etsy, but I am so grateful that I got my boyfriend a 3D printer years ago. Well, not say years ago, but I don't know, probably 2-3 years ago. And he prints out my molds now. So that's one right here, because all that tapping on this gray one has started to break it down. So, okay, let's get this. Okay, and you can feel by the when it loosens finally, and then you can press it down. All right, there we go. And then I like to tap it out. And then you just do this. It's gonna be 12 of these, and I do 5 in a bag, but I haven't adjusted my recipe because sometimes my recipe, depending on how you pack your mold and whatnot, you can end up with 11. Maybe you might have like 13, but the 13th one is like really small. And I do like to hand out samples. So again, I haven't adjusted it. I could, but when you're making big batches, because this is just the one recipe or the one batch. So obviously if you make this a big recipe, then it all works out. So I cannot even begin. It feels like I've eaten a cough drop and I haven't. So here we go. And then when the humidity is different in here and the temperature is a little bit cooler, you know, it, like I said earlier, it changes the way my bath bomb mix is. It like changes how fast it dries and, you know, all the things and how much moisture you need to add to this. So definitely have to work with this recipe, especially, you know, take into consideration the environment that you're in. So that's it. And I'll be here doing all 12 of these for the next few minutes. Doesn't take long. All right, so I've got this batch made up, and what do we have? 2, 4. So I got 12 and then a little tiny guy at the very end. So, and again, these are handmade, so you might have some batches that are like that, some that'll be absolutely perfect. But, you know, working with this batch in here, because it is hot, I felt my batch trying to dry out really quick. When that happens, you don't have to add more of the menthol and alcohol blend. You can just do a couple of spritz of the isopropyl alcohol to wetten your mixture to the right consistency. Again, if you're where it's hot, like here. So I'm gonna let these dry overnight, and then tomorrow we're gonna package them up. And as you saw earlier, I already printed the label, so we're ready to go. These just need to dry out till they're completely dry and like rock hard, because if you put them in the bag when they're wet, they will mold and mildew. So anyways, we're gonna leave these, and I'm about to go make some dinner and end the night. So we're just gonna leave these out here and let them just dry. All right, everyone, it's the next day, and so my shower steamers seem really solid, so I'm gonna go ahead and bag them up. And these are the bags that I use. I get them off of Amazon, and then here are the labels. I just saw like a little oil mark on one. So what I do is I go ahead, place the front label, and then we're gonna do the back label like so, front and then back. We're gonna go ahead and open this. And we'll put 5 shower steamers in here. All right. There we go, and voila. And I know that the bag may seem a little big for that product, but I use these bags for a couple of different things, and so I'd rather have a little bit bigger bag for these. And I may or may not up the number of shower steamers that, oh, it's upside down, that I have in here. That label went on upside down. maybe next year. Everybody seems to be liking the 5. It's been a really good, I've had really good feedback on that, because I used to sell them in singles, and I'll get more in depth on that on my Patreon. And if you are looking for this recipe, if you want this recipe for yourself, check out my Patreon, and that's where you're going to be able to find this recipe. So now I've got, so I have these 2 left, and then this one little sample, which I will wrap up at a later point in time so I can hand out to somebody, because there are always people that come in that have never heard of a shower steamer, or maybe want to just test out to see the potency and how well it works. And so, like I said, I like to give those out. All right, so we've got our bags. I'm going to make some more tonight, but that is it for my shower steamers, my Feel Good or my Feel Better shower steamers. And I hope that you like this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and of course, make sure that you are subscribed, because right now my schedule for uploading videos is kind of just right now. I do it as I can. So if you don't ever want to miss a video, because you never know what I'm going to post, please make sure that you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. And like I said, don't forget to check out my Patreon. Everything is going to be linked in the description box. And I thank you guys so much for watching. And whew, these are strong, I promise you. And if you'd like to purchase one of these, you can find my Instagram account on the or in the description box below, and you can make a request to purchase one of these for yourself. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys again in my next tutorial.